Good morning, guys. Just some quick morning thoughts. So a couple of nights ago, somebody had asked me, what do I think it is that so many people around the world gravitate towards when they come to my profile or when they follow me? Why have so many people responded to me saying really what just amounts to common sense stuff that used to be deemed common sense, but I guess is not that common anymore? And I sort of realized that I think what I'm doing, or at least what I hope I'm doing for people that follow me, is I hope that I'm making it okay to be normal. And I've realized that increasingly that has become not okay in Western civilization. Like the idea of someone who is normal is being rejected by a favored mainstream narrative that you have to be, if you're not complex, if you don't, experiment and don't do weird things and aren't more complicated, there's something wrong with you. And I'm sure there was a time where it was the reverse. Probably actually, not too long ago, a few decades ago, where if you were a little weird, society was like, no, you're not normal enough. But it's flipped. It's fully flipped now, where people are hunting people for being normal and want to promote and love and say wonderful things about people that are abnormal all the time. And there's no place for normalcy. Think about the fact that a couple of weeks ago, there was an online media campaign to cancel Chris Pratt, who has never spoken out about anything, has never said anything, basically on the basis that he goes to church with his wife, and somebody said his church is homophobic, and it inspired this whole thing where people wanted Chris Pratt to be canceled, who just seems like a decent, normal guy. And then a few weeks later, you have people like demanding and shoving down our faces that men should be allowed to wear dresses. So we've actually flipped society, and there is no happy medium anymore. And I just want people to know it's okay to be normal. You don't have to pretend that all of this weird, freaky stuff is cool. And I hope people get that from me. There's no consequence for saying what should be plainly obvious. And, the consequence, for being heterosexual. Now it's like, oh, the guy needs to be more complex. Being heterosexual, being masculine, it's wrong. It's not wrong. If you are a guy and you want to be masculine and you are heterosexual, that's okay. It's at the same time where there's just not enough diversity. And so now, as opposed to people that were once striving for diversity, which is an admirable goal, suddenly we got into a place where it's not okay for people to be white. You know what I mean? Where it's like, unless you are some other mixed, black, Hispanic, then you shouldn't be allowed to talk. And that's not okay. It's okay to be white. It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be heterosexual. Just as it's okay to be black. It's okay to be gay. There shouldn't be this push to cast away what people deem as too normal. And I think that is how we got to this place where so many people view themselves as the forgotten men and women of America, where these coastal elites, these LA types, these New York types, these people that love experimenting and things that are just freakier and more weird, think that they're ruling the world and that we have to shut up and just accept the way the world is going. I don't want the world to go that way. I like my Christianity. I like going to church. I love that I am in a heterosexual relationship. I don't think that, it's problematic if people don't choose that lifestyle for themselves, but I don't think that I should have to shut up because of my normalcy. I'm sick and tired of seeing women try to get weirder and woker online, like the whole shaving the head, my hair's pink and orange and green and you have to like it. And now I've got a nose ring hanging, from my nose through my lips and flips over to my ear, because, I'm woke and I'm saying no to social norms. It's like, you can do that, but don't expect me not to stare and acknowledge that that's weird. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care if you go, well, look at this African tribe where they also have nose rings. It's like, stop trying to use these ridiculous arguments. Half the time, the people that are weird are actually the ones that are begging for attention, and they do these things because they want to cause a reaction. And then when we have a reaction, because it's not normal for a guy to put on a ball gown and, for a person to pierce from their nose to their lips and across their ears, then they try to say, oh, it's because of us and our perspectives and we're bigoted. And it's gaslighting. It's just gaslighting. It's okay to be normal. It's okay to be a woman that wants to be feminine. It's okay to be a woman that doesn't believe in the fat acceptance movement. I couldn't disagree with that more. I'm so sick of women putting their cellulite on the internet and saying, oh, look how brave and stunning it is. Or women saying, I'm getting naked to show that, being naked is okay. And you're just trying to one up the crazy because you're desperate for attention. And that's the truth. You say we're desperate for attention because we call out that it's not normal for a woman to just want to constantly be naked. Someone like Emma Rada, who's just like, well, I'm being naked for this cause. It's like, you think you have a nice body. You do have a nice body, actually. It's not even think. I think the world would agree that she's got a very nice body. But to pretend that she's doing it for social causes and social issues, to perpetually getting naked, come on, man. Don't think that we're stupid. And, and then you've got the opposite side of the spectrum of freaks and people like Lena Dunham who constantly want to show you their fat rolls and cellulite and say, if you don't like it, it's your fault. Like, you're gaslighting. I don't like it because it's not attractive. It's like asking me to like disgusting food. And then when I eat the food and say it's nasty, you say it's because you're a bad, backwards person. You're all just attention seekers, and you're trying to dress up your attention seeking in activism and gaslight normal people. It's okay to be normal. We don't have to pretend to like any of this stuff. We can say we want to raise our kids, go to church, dress normally, meaning women wearing clothes that are made for the women's body, women clothes that are made for for male bodies, without you telling us that we're backwards and racist and homophobic and transphobic and all these words you come up with. People telling me that I'm transphobic because I say a man in a dress is not masculine. That's not transphobic. Phobic means fear of. I am not afraid of a man in a dress. It's not homophobia, transphobic. It's just, I'm normal. And I'm going to call out stuff that I think is weird, and I want to give permission to normal people to stand up and to fight back for a place in culture. You don't need to spread your legs as a woman. You don't need to keep doing more and more slutty deeds to prove that you're somehow free and somehow woke. You can be committed to a relationship. To everyone saying to me, go make your husband a sandwich. I would love to make my husband a sandwich if he's hungry. I cook for my husband all the time. I think that is normal. If I'm tired, my husband will cook for me. We are normal people. So trying to make that somehow an offense to me doesn't work. So on this day, all I'm saying is God bless the normal people. It's okay to be normal. You do not have to merge into the society which is so desperate to out-freak one another.